Westjet has lost their damn mind because I just paid $8.99 for this little cheese and cracker box. It came with 4 crackers. Baby, are these crackers made out of gold? 4 crackers. To make matters worse, the cheese and meat was like kind of a reasonable portion, but there's like 12 things of salami here. Am I gonna put 3 pieces of salami per cracker? Your ratios are off. I'm upset.
Yeah, can we just all agree to never fly WestJet again? This new ultra basic fare is actually ridiculous. Like, it's the same price as the other fare used to be. Everything's just more expensive. And I paid for my checked bag. I got here 5 minutes late, so they wouldn't let me on my flight. Fair enough, I was late. But not only is my first flight void, but my return flight is void. So even if I get there, even if I get to my destination on a different flight, which I have to pay for out of pocket, obviously, I don't even get my return. Like, the whole thing is gone. Why? It still exists. My seat should theoretically still be available, but no, they're just like, oh, well, you booked ultra basic, so I hate WestJet so, I hate them. I hate them.
Let's just say I'm not very happy today with what I've heard from Air Canada, and I think they need to take a look at the persons that they are targeting with these excess fees. It is not acceptable. I will be calling the CEOs of Canada's airlines to a meeting in mid-December where I will be discussing excess fees. This is not acceptable at a time when Canadians' pocketbooks are hurting and when they have been saving for their travels.
Enough airlines. Come on, you guys are making a kill profit. Fuel prices are down. So we know you guys are getting a break. COVID is over. You guys are getting a break. So how come you guys are charging us in seats? You guys are not giving us any meals, and you guys are killing us on the check-in luggages.
So I just found this hilarious website called Luggage Losers. And what this website does is it scours the internet 24/7 to see which airlines are losing the most luggage right now. So as we can see, the #1 worst airline for losing your luggage is Air India, followed by Westjet Airlines. And you guys know on our page, we've complained about Westjet a lot. And they are #2 right now, live data, for losing the most luggage.
Have you taken an airline in the West lately? Well,
my father-in-law
booked Westjet Airline traveling from Kingston, Jamaica to Toronto. And he had to pay $35 for a check-on suitcase. And people, that was all good. It felt like a deal. However, on his way back from Toronto, going back to Kingston, Jamaica, my wife tried to check in online and they said, tell you what, you could not check in the baggages because he's bringing 2 suitcases. So he could not check in the bags until 24 hours. And when she checked in on the website, the WestJet website, to check in the bags, people, I kid you not, the first check-in bag was $62. See, $62 right there. And for the second suitcase, people, I can't believe this. The second suitcase is 90 Canadian dollars. So that's $152 right there to check in 2 suitcases going from Toronto to Kingston, Jamaica. No! People, I believe in capitalism. I believe one should make a profit. But people, this is like an overkill. This is price gouging. This is not right. $35 coming up from Kingston, Jamaica, and now $62 for the first suitcase, and then $90 for the second suitcase going to Kingston, Jamaica. People, to me, that's a ripoff. Now, if you look at it, I am flying from, say, Toronto to go to Kingston, and that's a 4-hour flight, 4.5 hours. And people, they just give you water and Prestels or water and a cookie. That's what they give you. I am flying from Toronto and I'm going to Ethiopia. It's a 14-hour flight. And they give you a 4-course meal. I'm talking meal like rice and chicken back in the old days. So look at it. In the West, they're literally charging you more on luggages, and then you got to book your seat, you got to pay extra to book a seat. And then up on top of that, They're getting you with your suitcases, and then you're not getting any meal. Don't you think it's wiser if they say increase the price of the fares maybe an extra $20 and give you a full meal? And at least, come on guys, come on airlines in the West. At least I know you want to make a profit, but my God, man, this is just too much. This is just too much. You know, this is like gouging. What else do you want us to do? Come on, have a conscience, airline. I mean, come on and make the price more accommodating so the average person can, fly in the airline. Man, you guys are squeezing the working man.
I always travel with a carry-on. Why? Because the one time I had a luggage, it got lost and it absolutely ruined my trip, and I will never, ever, ever go through that again. Okay, so I was really adamant on only having a carry-on. Tell me how, as I'm about to enter the plane, the carry-on that I use every single time I freaking travel, that is literally purchased from Air Canada, the lady's like, no, you can't enter, it does not fit. I'm like, it does fit. She's like, no, you overpacked. I'm like, no, I didn't. I use this all the time. She's like, well, this is a different type of aircraft, so it won't fit. I'm like, bet. I freaking fit it into the thing. She's like, no, you're not allowed to push it. It has to just slide in. I'm like, that's what she said, but that's beside the point. She's like, you're not allowed on the plane. I'm gonna get you off the plane if you keep resisting me. As-tu vu ces pipes? Je vais résister jusqu'au bout. I'm like, can I speak to your manager, please? She's like, you want to speak to my manager? I'm like, yeah, I do. That's why I asked you. She's like, then go over there. Go over there. So I go over there where she told me to go. She comes back. She's like, no, not there. Get out of there. Go over here. I said, excuse me. I don't know who you're speaking to, but you will never address me that way. And then she was like, can you please come this way, ma'am? Oh! Anyways, I ended up speaking to the manager, and he let me in, obviously, because my carry-on was the right size!
So, this is the brown rice.
If you go in the grocery stores nowadays, it's what you call shrinkflation. They're shrinking the grams and charging you more. People, we're getting housed here. So people, drop your comments. Tell me what you think. Let me know your experience on these airlines in the West, because these airlines are just giving it to us. And there's no one standing up for the working man. That's why I'm making this video. Just say, man, enough airlines. Come on, you guys are making a killing profit. Fuel prices are down. So we know you guys are getting a break. COVID is over. You guys are getting a break. So how come you guys are charging us in seats? You guys are not giving us any meals, and you guys are killing us on the check-in luggages? Like, what else you guys want us to do? Drop your comments, tell me what you think, because let me say this, people, man, this is just so much.
Wait, people. Before I even finish editing the first part of the video, I just heard on the news a while ago that Air Canada, Canada major airline, will be charging for carry-on bags. People, you can't make these things up.
Shut your mouth and let me talk.
The airline says that they will charge about $35 for a carry-on. Remember, Westjet charged so much for my father-in-law's suitcase. And it really kind of got me upset. And now people, Air Canada, decided that they will charge for carry-on.
Many Air Canada passengers could soon see their tickets get more expensive. The airline is doing away with free carry-on bags and free seat selection for some passengers. The changes come into effect January 3rd for North American and Sun routes. Travelers who book a basic economy fare will only be allowed to bring one personal item like a purse or a laptop bag on board. Duffel bags and wheeled bags will have to be checked for a $35 fee. Westjet announced similar changes earlier this year. Porter, Flair, and Sunwing also charge for carry-on on some fares.
Let's just say I'm not very happy today with what I've heard from Air Canada, and I think they need to take a look at the persons that they are targeting with these excess fees. It is not acceptable. I will be calling the CEOs of Canada's airlines to a meeting in mid-December where I will be discussing excess fees. This is not acceptable at a time when Canadians' pocketbooks are hurting and when they have been saving for their travels.
Do you believe the transport minister? Listen to what the past COO, the Chief Operating Officer of Air Canada, said about her.
But why is the transport minister incorrect? I know that you said that she's misguided here when she says that Canadians work hard and save up to travel. They expect excellent service, not extra fees. Why do you say that Anita Anand has it wrong?
Because Anita Anand just increased air security charges by 33% last June. Mm-hmm. You know, this is a minister who, you know, it says she's concerned about hardworking Canadians paying high airfares when she herself personally increased the air security charges by 33% when, you know, air travelers haven't seen a 33% improvement in their air security experience. So, you know, I think that the minister needs to look in her own backyard. She needs to look at the fact that airport authorities in Canada are now charging upwards of $40 to every traveler just to set foot inside an airport. You know, this is a country that is in love with government-imposed and government-mandated fees and charges on air travel. Right. But at the end of the day, the only criticism is on the airlines who actually have to fly the planes, hire the pilots, and fill the aircraft with fuel.
People, I don't know how Canadians take this.
And we spoke with travelers at Toronto's Pearson Airport to get their reaction to the news. Take a listen.
It's just another fee that I don't know if people can really afford these days. So that's kind of a pain.
It'll make me change my mind for booking Air Canada. There's many other competitors that I'll fly with instead.
People, I haven't even finished talking about how Air Canada is going to charge us for carry-on. And no, I just heard on the news again. Grocery prices going up next year. People, how much can Canadians take?
It appears Canadians will be faced with another year of rising food costs. The 2025 Canadian Food Price Report paints a picture of added pressure to household budgets, predicting a 3 to 5% increase in food prices next year.
How is anyone going to survive? Like, it's getting out of control.
It's the reality for many families.
That grocery bill is $250, and I don't even think that gets you through the week.
Shopping lists that appear to cost more year after year.
It's mind-boggling when you can actually see organic butter at I've seen it as high as $12 a pound. I kid you not.
And in 2025, the situation is predicted to be even more costly, with the annual 2025 Canada Food Price Report indicating a family of 4 could spend up to $17,000 on food, an increase of $800 from 2024.
Gives me goosebumps. We have to organize more to make better lists.
According to the report, vegetables and seafood will see modest price hikes of 3 to 5%. But meat lovers will feel the pinch most, with costs rising by 4 to 6%.
But then again, Canadians are very passive. Canadians are very docile. No matter what the government and the corporate elites do, Canadians never rebel because they're multicultural and they're divided. So no matter how much the government spike the taxes and how the corporate elites spike the cost of goods and services, Canadians just pay it. In my situation, I have 2 choices. It's either I take it or I leave it. And to me, the latter is more appropriate. People, how much more can we take? On that note, jam can is out and it's price gouging. I talking about, oh, the airlines are killing us. Oh, the grocery stores are killing us. I cannot take this anymore.
The report, produced by Dalhousie University and several other institutions, also highlights a growing food insecurity crisis. Food bank visits topped 2 million in 2024, an alarming 90% increase from 5 years ago.
It is even harder to get groceries, to buy food. We need more money, but we don't have better salaries, so it's been tough.
As Canadians adjust to rising food prices, experts suggest finding deals, opting for cheaper brands, and even reducing non-essential purchases.